Welcome back to the Nerdiverse. I'm Danny.
I'm Chang.
And here we are then. Oshinoko, Season 2, Episode 2. Excited to see where we're going next. Because the first episode was pretty... it was slow, but it was reintroducing us back to characters again, wasn't it? And what the premise of this beginning of this season is going to be. So I'm excited to see where it's going to go now.
Yeah, we kind of ended on the cliffhanger, didn't we? Where the manga writer showed up and basically said she wanted to rewrite the entire script because it... So, yeah, I'm wondering how that's going to go down. And I don't even see them being able to accommodate those wishes. But as she's the writer, I'm guessing she probably holds a lot of the rights and power. So I wonder, how's that gonna go down?
Well, we'll soon find out. Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Oh,
wait, why is it rewinding?
Is it going to see her from before she came here, or? Okay, yeah, we're probably going to see her sort of thoughts from before going.
What they're going to do, just rewind all the way back to it or something. They've done it a few times.
Oh wait, it's just Yeah, why do they just keep rewinding? Now we're just seeing everything from Kana Nako's perspective. He can't look Kana in the eyes. I'm guessing he still feels a bit guilty regarding everything that went down before.
I don't know how I feel about this constant rewinding though. Right, what? Can't they just...
Yeah, it kind of throws the pacing off a bit. That's what she was actually thinking. Okay, so since then he's actually been working on his acting and trying to get better.
He has, but we saw that in the first episode, so I'm kind of like, I don't know how much value this gives me now. I'm like, well...
Yeah, but it's just kind of showing that he's taking accountability and actually trying to improve. So fair play to him. Yeah, there she is! Best girl. And the rivalry begins. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh, I thought he was going to kick him in the face then. Best Actor Award. Why is Aqua looking at him like that? She looks so much better with long hair as well. Fuck's sake.
There she is. It is purely business, Kana, exactly. It's not a real relationship.
You're so transparent, Kana. It was, but it could develop into something.
No. Only baking soda gets the win.
We'll see about that.
All he's doing is method acting.
She's turned into a robot.
Kana's gonna win this.
That's true. I actually really like Melt now. Like, he's had so much character development since.
Just can't take him seriously with a name like Melt. Let me guess, in the future, is she going to ask for the whole script to be changed?
Okay, so she was her assistant before.
漫画もアニメも大大大ヒットの週刊漫画家が直々に飲みに誘ってくれたんだもの。そりゃ
It's kind of interesting because it's kind of like real life, because like a lot of assistants to like manga writers end up becoming like famous writers of like different series as well, don't they?
Yeah, that's true. They do. Yeah.
どこまで行っていいのかもわからなくて。
Like wasn't the assistants of like My Hero or something, like the guy who did Kaiju or something like that.
Not sure actually. I didn't know that.
劇の稽古見学一緒に
I
ついて
think
きて
someone mentioned something along those lines.
なんて話もそこら中で耳にする。
Well, we're gonna see that happen now,
あ
aren't
る
we?
程度の押し引きが必要なわけで。
She, on the other hand, didn't really interfere with hers, which was probably the reason why her adaptation was a bit of a shit show.
トイレ行こう。
That literally makes no sense.
Indeed, she is a weirdo.
揉めないといいな。
脚本
Oh,
全部
back
直
into
す
the present.
やっぱり。
全部ってさすがにそれはもうこの脚本で
He looks like he's given up.
Yeah, he's like, I quit. I'm done.
私は何度も直してください
Well, he's the one who has to write the script, isn't it? He's shitting himself now.
ところを見れば OK じゃないですよね
Oh,
先生ご希望に沿わない脚本を上げてしまったことをまず謝らせてください
it's interesting to
You're
see
gonna try
her
and
like
talk-
being so outspoken like this, because she was like super shy and anxious before. She couldn't even say hello, but when it comes to her work like this, she seems very assertive.
Is he going to be able to talk his way out of changing it?
ここからどう直せばよいのでしょう
あなたがこの脚本書いた人なんですね
Okay, maybe not. She's not going to
修
figure it.
正したいところは事前にお伝えしたはずですけど本当に東京ブレイド読んでくれてますか
もちろん読ませていただいてます
I mean, this comes in line with what Akane was saying, how like it wasn't capturing her character
これ
properly.
なんですかあなたが上げてくる脚本このキャラは
I mean, she's being pretty harsh, man. He's probably put a lot of effort into write a script, man.
As the original writer, though, she's got her pride and like, you know, this is her baby.
無礼だと思いませんか
Yeah, so it is exactly what Akane criticized.
こんなバカじゃないんですけど
本家が揉めがちなのは本当によくある話。
I'm guessing like this is exploring stuff that actually happens in real life a lot, isn't it?
Well, yeah, when people get really annoyed why things take ages, this is because they're trying to get it right, though, and they don't want to rush it.
But this probably also show why like these changes are made and why, you know, adaptation there are these like bad adaptations and stuff.
I mean, this is painting the exact picture that I should imagine Oda did with Netflix, with the live action, probably every day going, nope.
Yeah, I'm guessing she probably like passed on to like the assistants and stuff, and the information just isn't properly passed on.
Sometimes that's why I think it's useful having the writer on the like.
Exactly, because there's such a chain of people she has to go through. Like by the time the actual information gets through, it's so diluted, isn't it? That it's not.
Well, that's why I believe Oda was made it so successful for the One Piece live action, because he actually even chose. He was part of choosing the actors.
Yeah, here we go. Like they are just censoring like everything she's saying so much on multiple levels.
今回の原作
Yeah.
That by the time it actually gets to the writer, it's probably nothing like what she was actually saying, was it?
Yeah, it's Chinese whispers, isn't it? When it gets,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
yeah.
And then yeah, the information that gets back to him is just nothing like what she originally requested.
さらに気色だってる脚本家才能なくない実物見たら良くなってるん
I do wonder if like, you know, the writer for like Tokyo Ghoul and stuff was like this when they saw like their anime adaptation and stuff.
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, that
To my
needs
day, I hold a
redoing.
grudge at that. 'Cause that's one of
They
the worst
need that needs
adaptations I've seen.
redoing, mate. It needs redoing. That does.
ちに全部脚本書かせてください
いやちょっとそれ
They
は
are hating their lives and jobs right now.
対にやります
Why wouldn't they allow her to do it? Because I feel like, yeah, why not? If you want to change it.
Oh, she is asserting her power now.
それやったらいろいろと
She's gonna threaten to completely pull out of it.
私が出します。
Fair play for her to holding to her own standards for that.
Fair play, yeah, indeed.
こうらしいのでそういう形にはできませんか。
私ギャラいらないんで。名義もそのままで。脚本家さんには普通にギャラ払ってください。
I mean, as a script writer, I'll be like, yep, sound, no problem, you do it.
Do you feel bad for him though, don't you? Like hearing how much hate his work is getting. Like, that must be
It wasn't
horrendous.
his fault necessarily. They didn't get the right feedback, did he? From the because
It isn't.
got,
Yeah, but at the same time, like, you know, this was his sort of work he finished, wasn't it? So it must be sort of a
脚本家の地位って
blow
I do
to
think
a
it's hard though,
sentence.
because when you're reading someone else's story, you interpret it very differently, don't you, when to compared to the writer at the time,
こんなのね、よくあることなんだ。いいもの
and you pick on important points that are important to you versus what other people might pick up on.
つまらなかったらファンから先般のように晒し上げられて。
Yeah, I mean, what he's saying here is a good point.
プロデューサーの趣味をねじ込まれて。
Even if he does do a good job, it's not him who gets credit for it, is it? Like, it's not him or the director. Well, it would be like the director who would get the credit or the writer who would get the credit.
Yeah.
Even though he was the one who would have had to rewrite and adapt the actual original work into a script.
And do you know what's hilarious about all of this, what we're seeing here right now?
What?
This explains why writers, script writers, had the strike, because they were sick and tired of being the people that were behind essentially the big part of everything and getting no money for it. Just the actors getting paid a load of money, director getting paid a load of money, and they didn't.
Yeah, it is a role that doesn't seem to get much recognition, isn't it?
And I'd say it's the hardest one because you're up all night, all weekends probably trying to pull the work together.
今回のもいい脚本だと胸を張って言えるよ。どうか今回は
I'm guessing deep down he knows, like, you know, it's not good enough. If the writer's not happy, he wants to try and do a better job, I'm
わかり
assuming.
ました。と申し訳ない。
Oh man.
So is he just agreeing not to do anything then, and just let her do
Yeah.
it all?
原作は本誌で1話から読んでいる。
Oh, do you reckon he is going to have another stab secretly on
I
his
think
nose?
I think he will, right? For his sort
I
of
hope he
pride
does.
as a scriptwriter.
魂。
And he might find that he turns out to write a better one than even she does, because he properly gives it a go.
無茶な注文にも熱が出るほど頭ひねって対応した。頑張ったつもりなんだけどな。
Oh no. he
Oh, wait,
didn't.
no,
He
is
thought
that
about
what he
before.
did?
Yeah, I think so.
畜生。
Oh man,
You
I
do
feel
feel
so
bad for
sorry
him,
for
don't
him.
you?
I do, because I don't blame him that much. Like, he tried.
Yeah.
というわけで一旦脚本が白紙に戻った。
稽古中断は痛いな。今回の舞台ステージアラウンドだし。
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna push back all the times, isn't it? Because they probably already have like a release date and everything.
稽古してたの？
Well, that's why, you know, this also plays into why, you know, movies get delayed or like TV series get delayed or even anime gets a delay.
なんだよ、
赤、舞台そんなに好きじゃないでしょ。
気づかれたか。
そら気づきましたもん。
好きじゃないというか
Cute.
好んで見ないだけだけど、
どうして？
場面転換のたびにセット入れ替えてテンポ悪いし、可動式のセットは安っぽい。劇と
See, he's thinking of very traditional sort of plays, though. Well, I'm guessing this is different because they've kind of mentioned like this is like the sort of 4D sort of cinema thing, isn't it?
そっちから聞いておいて。
ステアラで舞台見たことないんだ。
I'm curious if there is a lot of like modern plays like this because I haven't seen a play in God knows how many years now. So
Oh, mate, there's loads of
ちょっとデートしよう。
things that happen with new material.
yeah, because a lot of the old, I think the last play I saw was the Harry Potter one, and that still sort of relied on sort of proper sort of sets and stuff instead of like using technology like this.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
the end of
that
that. then.
already?
Yeah, it is. That's it. What did you think?
Yeah, that went by quick. I thought it was an interesting episode. I thought it was cool how they explored, like, you know, the different sort of roles and the process of how it all works. I thought it was also interesting to sort of see, like, how, you know, the writer did have feedback, but then like, you know, it goes to her assistant, and then the assistant has to contact the company, and then the company has to like pass it on to, you know, this person, and then this person passes it on to like the assistant, and then the assistant passes it back, and by the time it gets to him, like the feedback has been like watered down and filtered so much that it's like nothing alike, and it's quite an interesting sort of thing to sort of like see. I thought they also did a really good job of making you sort of empathize and feel bad for like the script writer, like, and you know, it did make us think, didn't it? Like, you know, script writing, like you do have to do all that difficult work, and you know, you don't really get recognized for it, because it's always like the director and the actors who always get like the credit, or the original writer who get like the credit for it. But then there are so many people. It's like the same thing. Like, this is what like pisses me off a lot about sort of either like movies or games or TV series. Like, people shit on them, or like for like a specific actor or a director or something. But there are so many people in the process who work their asses off for it, and their work just gets like completely shit on because of like one fucking like piece of like the entire puzzle. And I think that's kind of sad. But
well, it is, and they also don't get any praise for it. So if you think about it, there's always like a Brad Pitt, isn't there, right? And there's always a Steven Spielberg, but there's never like who's the person that actually pulled the script together. Like, we don't ever hear about, you know, when someone like you said, if when you look at a film and you go, "Ooh, Steven Spielberg's directing this, so it's going to be good," or like you see a person that's in it that you like, that you know, yeah, oh, okay, you know, I don't know, Johnny Depp's in it or whatever, and it's going to be great. But you never follow a script writer, do you? You don't go, oh, so and so's writing the script for this. It means it'll be a really good adaptation, or it'll be really good.
Exactly. Like, at most, it's like the director usually. Like, yeah. So yeah, I do think it's really cool and interesting how they are exploring all of this. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty interesting episode. A lot to sort of think about. What about you? What did you think of it?
Yeah, I thought it was slow first half, and I was a bit not annoyed. I'm just like a bit. I don't know why they decided to do the rewind. I would have probably liked it if they had done a bit of this first. And
they did waste a lot of time going back in time, and it didn't feel like it brought that much to the table.
No. So the first half of the episode was a bit like, it's a bit slow, and then it got interesting, because then it focused on. Well, it went back to the present, didn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
On, like, literally
baited us with a cliffhanger, and then, as usual, don't follow on from the cliffhanger. Instead, we'll go back and
I wouldn't normally mind a flashback. It's just the fact that we've had like literally two. They showed us the end product at the beginning of the first episode, then flashed us back to when the beginning of, which I was fine with that one.
Well, I don't know why they did that. Like, why would they spoil it? Like, oh, now we know, like, everything goes out well. Like, instead, I thought it would have been more interesting to see, like, you know, this chaotic sort of development process. Like, will it actually come out on time or not? But
you
now
know,
we know
even because sometimes you start with an actor and then they remove them because they go, they're not good enough, so we'll change the actor through the process. So even now we're like looking at we saw the end product and we go, we know all these people then are going to be in it. And no one's going to get like fired or anything. So it's like,
exactly. So yeah, I do agree though. I don't really like that they did a flash forward. I feel like it would have been more interesting for the season if they just sort of started from the sort of beginning. But
it is what it is. And it was a good second half though. It's a good second half of the episode. Really enjoyed it. I'm excited to see next week now how the script writing's going, and are they going to get back on track to having a script ready to go.
Indeed, because the writer has seemed to take control herself. So
Absolutely.
Is she actually going to be doing a better job, or is her script even going to be usable? Because she doesn't know anything about like actual
this is the other thing, mate. The other thing I always say about the skill of a script writer, is able to go, yes, I know that's what it looks like on a piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
But actually, I need to bring that to life. I mean, a prime example of that is like, I mean, you take. I suppose I'm trying to think of something that probably, anything. Take One Piece as a prime example. I suppose you wouldn't cover all of what's in that in the manga. Do you know what I mean? They're going to focus on things that are going to be bigger and better to have animated, and do it slightly differently if it's going to add more value. If that makes sense. Like the live action is not like the anime. It is in main parts, but it's done differently because it's supposed to be make it a bit more believable for a live action audience. So it's slightly different.
Yeah, I think like the main issue she's going to encounter probably is she's going to write too much, and they're just not going to have enough time for it.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to do a play. It's going to be like turned into.
I think eventually, like, you know, there will be that realization, and she is going to have to collaborate and actually work with the scriptwriter. And I think maybe if they're working directly with each other without like the chain of Chinese whispers, maybe they'll actually be able to, like, you know, actually sort out a script that they're both actually satisfied with.
Yeah, because like another prime example of that is Lord of the Rings. Imagine if they'd have freaking written if they'd have made a film that was actually covering the whole books. Like, yeah, good luck. That'd have been like a 13-hour movie for each one. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I think that's a weird one because I think the books are completely different to the actual movies. Like, the story is completely. They go in a complete different direction. So I wouldn't even say that's an adaptation for. Because they went in a complete different direction from the bits I'm aware of, at least.
But I think that's the skill of a scriptwriter, though, because they made it a success for the people on the screen and didn't follow necessarily the complete writing of a book.
Maybe, but at the same time, it can piss off a lot of people because I know there are a lot of sort of really cool and interesting characters from the books, which just completely got sort of ignored in the movies.
Hey, they're not ignored, mate. They're expanding the Lord of the Rings universe, so we're going to get more movies going forward. But that's another subject. But anyway, let us know in the comments, what did you think about this episode? And we will see you again in a week for episode 3.
Cheers, guys. Bye.